everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here, and today's yoga practice is called Heal Your Heart. There has been quite a lot of heaviness this week in the US and in the world and over the last months and years, and so this class is hopefully to help you feel a little more connected to your body and to open the heart space. If you do have a couple of yoga blocks, grab some and have them ready for the class. If not, you can grab a pillow and that will be a great alternative to use. This is for all levels and it's nice and gentle today. So whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll get started in a supported fish. So grab both of your blocks or your pillow or two pillows if you have them, and place your blocks parallel to each other at the back of your mat. We're gonna lie down, bringing the base of your shoulder blades right to the bottom of that first block. And this block, I would recommend it being at either the lowest level or maybe bring it up to the medium height, and this will just give you a bit more elevation through the heart. The second block will be like a pillow for your head, and you can rest your arms down beside you, stretch your legs all the way forward. It might feel nice to take Supta Baddha Konasana in the legs as well, bringing the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to fall open wide to the sides. So set yourself up to feel comfortable and relaxed and really supported by whatever props you're using. And then let yourself just begin to settle down into your space. Close your eyes. And imagine that you could soften the activity in your brain. So if you notice anything that's distracting, anything that is fighting for your attention in this moment, see if you can imagine that you could just box that up and place it away for later. So that all you have to do right now is bring your awareness into your body, and bring your awareness to your breath. So begin just by noticing the quality of your breath, especially the quality of the breath through the space of the heart. And begin gradually to deepen your breath so that you can feel it fill up your full torso from the low belly, through the rib cage, all the way to the heart space, expanding. And then when you exhale, let there be a clearing effect so that any congestion can be released. And like you're washing away whatever you don't need. Let's take another big inhale. Notice with your heart elevated how the inhale is even more available than it might be normally. And as you exhale, soften. Let your hands relax. Try to feel the lines that run from the heart space down your arms into the hands. Let these channels become more open and receptive. Continue connecting to your breath and start to notice also how your body is feeling. Check for any places of holding, anywhere where you can soften more. And we'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. Full inhalation through your nose. Exhale out of either the nose or the mouth, whatever feels better. Last 2. One more breath. Let it be the deepest one you've taken all day. Press into your hands and your elbows. Try to evenly on both sides lift yourself up and off of the blocks or the pillows, whatever you were using. Place your props off to the side at the top of the mat, and then make your way up to hands and knees for tabletop. Take a moment to spread through your palms. Once again, opening all these beautiful lines in your hands so that you can sensitively feel the space beneath you Press into your finger pads. And then as you inhale, start to soften your belly toward the earth. Lift your tailbone, spread your sitting bones, and then pull your heart toward the top of the mat like it's being magnetized there. Lift your gaze a little toward the sky. As you exhale, drop your tailbone, pull the low belly in, contract your core, and then try to press your heart all the way through between your shoulder blades toward the sky as you drop your head. Again, breathe in for cow, open the whole front body, collarbones stretch away from each other and roll your shoulders down your back. And then exhale, press energetically down through your palms to hollow the belly and dome between your shoulders. Good. A few more if you want for these last couple rounds. Bring in any organic movement that feels good. You don't even have to stick to the mold of cat-cows if you don't want to. It's just there for a little bit of guidance and structure if that feels better. And let's take one more breath. Find your way back to a neutral tabletop. Stretch your left toes all the way long and back behind you. Float your leg away from the earth. Then softly land your toes to the mat behind you and roll so that the heel of your left foot can root and the whole knife edge. And then kickstand your right shin behind you so that it comes parallel to the top of your mat. As you breathe in, stretch your left fingertips all the way up to the sky, modified side plank. Breathe out, reach your left arm forward toward the top of your mat. Draw your shoulder down your back, plugging it into your body. And then spin your left toes a little bit back so they're pointing toward the back of your mat. Now from here, you can bring the left hand behind your head. Try to stretch from the base of your skull forward through the top of your skull in this modified wild thing. Just let this feel expansive, open in the front body. Breathe in. Breathe out, come back through the modified side plank, and then roll forward to tabletop. Left palm roots, breathe in, stretch your left toes back, and breathe out, left knee roots. Inhale, right leg reaches long and back behind you. Exhale, softly land your right toes to the back of the mat, and then spin your heel to the earth and anchor into the pinky side of your foot. Kickstand your left shin, and as you inhale, press into the left palm, stretch your right fingertips all the way up high to the sky. Press your pelvis a little more forward than you might want to or than you might think that you need to. And then on your exhale, reach your right fingertips forward to the top of your mat. Option to stay here, expanding into the right rib cage, or spin your right toes back and take the right hand behind your head and then lean back, going a little into the back body. Feel as though your heart is being pulled toward the sky, like it's a balloon, floating higher and higher. Take one more breath in. And breathe out, pivot back through your modified side plank, and then re-anchor the right palm down. Spin your left shin back behind you. Reach up with the right leg, and exhale, find your way back to tabletop. And go ahead and walk your hands all the way forward, Anahatasana, puppy pose. Think of melting your heart through your mat to the earth. Soften your palms. Relax your jaw, relax your forehead, relax the hip creases and the feet. If the heart doesn't come all the way down, that's okay. You can relax your forehead down like child's pose. Breathe expansively into the low belly. And see how much you can feel your breath. Press down, rise back up to a tabletop, hands and knees. Breathe in, reach your left toes back, reach your right arm forward. As you exhale, circle the right arm around and back as you kick your left heel in towards your sitting bone. Create a connection between hand and foot, and then gently begin to kick. So it's as though your left shin is kicking straight back and your heart is reaching forward. activate the left glute to lift your toes higher to the sky, and then lift your gaze as much as your toes rise. Breathe in one more time. Breathe out to release. Second side. Inhale, right toes stretch back, left fingertips stretch forward. Exhale, circle the left arm around. Grab for the top of right foot from the inside. Squeeze your inner thighs a little together. Lift your pelvic floor, and then stretch your heart forward as you kick left or right foot into left hands. Claw down through right fingertips. Make sure you're breathing. Let's take one more big inhale. And an exhale to gently release back down. Plant your palms to the earth, tuck your toes, and glide yourself back to downward facing dog. Take your transition nice and slow. Feel every bit of the movement as it shifts through your body. Pedal your feet. Keep this down dog gentle. Let it feel good through your spine. Find the central column that runs from your tailbone through the crown of your head and breathe into that channel. Press from the back of your heart down and forward through your hands, and then stretch the front of your heart toward the tops of your thighs. Take an inhale, lift your heels, round forward, keeping the core connected all the way through to plank. As you exhale, bend your elbows, lower halfway, then relax your pelvis, your heart, and your chin to the earth. Untuck your toes. Step your fingertips to the wide edges of your mat. Breathe in, press into toenails and tops of feet. Peel your front body away from the mat and then lift your heart, cobra. Shoulder blades are hugging. The heart is reaching forward, low belly's lifted. Exhale, lower all the way back down. 2 more like that, rolling cobra. Breathe in, press your hips down. Let your heart be buoyant and light. Reach it for the sky. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, lift up, lengthen the heart, reach your gaze high, and exhale, lower down. Plant your palms, tuck your toes, glide your hips back towards your heels, active child's pose. Stay active by clawing down into your fingertips and keep your arms engaged. Then round forward, hands and knees. And exhale, press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in here and a breath out. Inhale, lift your heels like a wave, wash forward, high plank. How much can you contract the core? And exhale, lower, chaturanga. Then the pelvis, the heart, and the chin come down. For those chaturangas, you can come to your knees if that feels better. Fingertips go wide. Breathe in, lift your heart. Heavy the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades. Breathe out, lower down. Inhale, cobra, rise all the way up. Keep the tops of the feet rooted as though someone's holding your feet, pressing them down. And exhale, lower back down. 1 more breath in, rise up, and exhale, lower. Plant your palms, tuck your toes, shift your hips back towards your heels, reach your heart to your thumbs, and inhale. With a rounded spine, come through tabletop. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Drag your sacrum up and back to the sky. Inhale here, shake out your head, release any tension in your neck and your face and your jaw. And as you exhale, feel the effects of that release. Inhale, lift the heels, firm your thighs, round forward plank. Exhale, lower down halfway. Sink your pelvis, your heart, and your chin. Untuck your toes. Inhale, rise up, cobra, fingertips press down, heart lifts. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, ride the wave of your breath all the way up to your beautiful back bends. And exhale, lower down. And this time, come on up to Sphinx. So elbows come forward about an inch from the shoulders. Keep your fingers spread wide, keep your palms down, and then activate by pulling your elbows back toward the front of your hips and reaching your heart forward to the top of your mat. Firm your thighs. Inhale here. As you exhale, press down, lift your elbows away from the mat, and then roll to your outer right hip as you slide your left palm back a bit. So we're coming into a side body stretch. The right hand can draw in closer towards your body as well to feel a little more sensation. And then go ahead and settle into the ribs. So you can see it's not about pressing away from the earth, but rather the opposite, like your rib cage is fanning open. You can turn your gaze toward the left shoulder and then stack your feet, or maybe bring the left foot in front of your right thigh. Take smooth, steady breaths into all the opening you feel into the right ribs and the right side body. And the more you allow your torso to settle down, the more sensation you'll be able to feel. If the left leg was stepped forward, go ahead and slide it back down. Roll to your belly, back to Sphinx, elbows down. Breathe in. Breathe out, press up, lift your elbows, glide your right palm back, come onto fingertips if it's comfortable, and then roll to the outer left hip. Find your alignment. So try to go with how it feels, not how it looks. This might look different in your body than it does in mine, or if you're practicing with someone else, again, yours might look different than what theirs looks like. Feel for expansion into the left side body. And let the breath comb away any tension, any kinks, any knots, any resistance. And let the process of this letting go be gradual. Don't expect for everything to fall away right at once. Stay with it slowly, intentionally, mindfully, and with awareness, watching as it erodes. Glide your right foot back down to stack over the left if it wasn't. Roll back to the belly. Breathe in your Sphinx pose, and then breathe out, lower your heart to the mat, plant your palms, tuck your toes, lift up to hands and knees, and then shift your hips back, active child's pose. Exhale here. Inhale, come forward with a rounded spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips all the way up and back. And we'll do a little bit of more active work now. But try to stay gentle in your own body. So take whatever you need. Inhale, reach your right leg high, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, lift your left heel around your spine and softly step right foot forward to right thumb. Back knee here can stay lifted or lower it, up to you. Breathe in, rise up, fingertips to the sky, high crescent lunge. As you exhale, settle into the foundation of your feet. Allow your tailbone to anchor, but then lift your pelvic floor and keep your heart rising. Good. Breathe in. As you exhale, cactus your elbows like you're giving the back of your heart a hug. Really squeeze in. Cinch your waist. Keep the low belly lifted and glide back into a back bend. Really, baby one. Staying out of any crunching in the low back. One more breath in. As you exhale, bring your palms back down to the mat. And step back, three-legged down dog, right leg high to the sky. Inhale here. As you exhale, stack the right hip over the left, bend at your knee, pivot on your toes, and then root your right toes behind you. Inhale, stretch yourself open into wild thing. Right arm goes all the way forward. Press into your toes in the left palm. And then exhale, pivot back to three-legged down dog. Use your strong core, reach your right leg high. Inhale, exhale, right knee toward left tricep. Then shoot your right leg all the way through off to the left side of your mat. Anchor the knife edge of your foot, spin the left heel down, and breathe in, fallen triangle. Once again, try to feel the buoyancy in your heart, like you're gonna lift up and away from the earth because of how much you're pressing down through right hand and left toes. One more inhalation. Exhale, pivot back to face the top of your mat. Keep your feet where they are though, so the left toes will spin to face forward. Right leg stays threaded through. Then lower your outer right hip to the mat. Crawl your feet away from each other. The back toes can stay tucked, and you can stay right here if you're already feeling quite a bit of sensation. Maybe begin to go a bit deeper by lowering to the forearms. Big, smooth breaths into the outer right hip and down the outer line of right leg. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Try to find the sensation that is interesting for you. Press down, come back up to your palms with the left toes tucked. Lift your outer right hip away from the earth. See if you can use your core to hug right knee to chest, and then softly step back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, reach your left leg high, three-legged down dog. And exhale, step left foot forward to the top of your mat, slowly, deliberately, and intentionally. Right knee can lower or stay lifted, firm the right thigh. Breathe in, reach your fingertips up to the sky. Breathe out, feel your feet anchoring, rooting, grip the mats. Lift your pelvic floor, and then cactus your elbows. Glide back any amount. It might be very subtle. Maybe you just lift your gaze to the sky. Try to feel like it's a heart forward movement. And then circle your fingertips back down to the mat. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, press down, glide back, three-legged down dog, left leg high to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, stack the hip, bend the knee, pivot on your right toes, and step your left toes off your mat behind you. Breathe in, expand, wild thing. Try to keep your right big toe rooted, and then open up in all directions. And really feel the opening in your heart in particular. Take one more inhale. And exhale, pivot back to three-legged down dog, strong core. Pluck your left toes up and away from the mat. Pivot on the right toes and breathe in, left leg goes high. Breathe out, thread your left leg through to the right side of your mat. Drop your back heel, left knife edge of the foot roots, and then inhale, fallen triangle, right arm to the sky. Exhale, arm over the ear, maybe lift your hips higher away from the earth. One more breath in. Exhale, right palm down, keep your feet where they are. Crawl your feet a little bit away from each other so that you can bring your outer left hip to the mat. And maybe this side is more intense than the first side or just different in some way. I am definitely noticing some different sensations on this side. So let that be what it is. And try to find curiosity about what you're feeling rather than any judgment, or if you're making a comparison, just notice that that is what the brain has the tendency to do. And there's nothing wrong with the comparison itself. It's the way that we view how we're comparing. Relax your jaw. You can close your eyes here if you'd like. Let's take 2 more breaths. Press down, come back up to your palms. Really press into the earth and your back toes to lift the outer left hip away from the earth. Then squeeze the left knee into the chest and step back, downward facing dog. On your inhalation, lift your heels, round forward, high plank. As you exhale, bend your elbows, then sink the pelvis, the heart, and the chin to the mat. Untuck your toes, floor bow. Kick your heels in towards your sitting bones, and then stretch your arms back behind you with the palms facing toward each other. At the very same time, grab both ankles from the outside. Flex your feet. Breathe out. And on your next inhale, kick really energetically with your shins toward the back of your space. Stretch your heart forward, squeeze your shoulder blades. And then begin to activate your glutes and your hamstrings. Magnetize your inner thighs and see if you can lift the tops of your thighs away from the mats. Toes reach for the sky. And then kick with even more energy, hands and feet pressing into each other. One more inhale, lift up. Exhale, release, lower down. Bring your right cheek to the mat and bring your palms to face up so the tops of the hands are to the earth. Close your eyes. And let's go one more round. Bring your chin back forward. Kick your heels in towards your sitting bones. Lift your heart a bit and then reach to grab for both ankles. Take an exhale to let go of all of your breath. On your inhale, kick energetically back through the shins. Reach forward with the heart. Then squeeze your glutes. Imagine that your toes are in a string that's once pulling up to the sky, and your heart's being pulled forward and up. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down. This time the left cheek to the mat, hands alongside your body. Tops of the hands can come down. Palms face the sky. And look forward, plant your palms, come up to a seat. Let's sit back on the heels. Sitting bones to heels, and spin your palms to face upward toward the sky as you soften or close your eyes. Try to be still and observe. Notice if anything has shifted in the space of the heart, or maybe in the breath, or maybe in other areas of your body. Take a big inhale. Exhale, sigh, clear anything that's sticky. One more time. Big inhalation. Clearing sigh out of your mouth. Blink your eyes open. Come down to a seat. Swing your legs forward to the top of your mat. Grab your blocks on your way down if you want. Option now either to take Shavasana or once again elevate your heart and find a supported fish or a supported Supta Baddha Konasana. So that lower block will come to the base of your shoulders, base of your shoulder blades, and then the upper block is the pillow for your head. Settle into comfort, surrender, and try to drop everything down. And give your body time to process any information that you've collected in this day, or in the week, or even further back in the whole history of your life. Imagine that just for now, you could drop any baggage that you're carrying and feel a little lighter, a little more at ease, able to relax and to surrender. I encourage you to stay here in rest for as long as you can, or at least a few minutes to simmer in all of the effects of this heart opening practice. And thank you, as always, for sharing your space with me, for sharing your practice with me, and for taking this time for yourself to heal and to become more aware. I hope you're taking care of yourself and doing well wherever you are. Namaste.